Leroy. Wow! Goosies on top of goosies on top of goosies on top of goosies. No history here, Boston, except for your season 3 mother bleeping %. That's all they gave the Heat. And it took it all the way to game 7. I was sweating today. I didn't care if it was a 16-point lead, a 17-point lead, a 15-point lead, a 9-point lead, a 4-point lead. I was stressed. I'm not going to sit here and act like I was enjoying that experience today until I saw the actual intangibles flag get waved by Joe Mazzulla. But your Miami Heat are going back to the NBA Finals. Back to the mother NBA Finals. And you want to know something? As low as we all were for that game 6, me with you. Needed that day to recuperate. 24-hour rule with Derek White. He stick it in us late. I didn't know how Miami was going to respond. I felt like this team could respond because every time you count them out, every time it looks its bleakest, surprisingly, that's when they come up with their best performances. They've been doing it all regular season. They've been doing it in the play-in. They did it in the playoffs. Whenever you think it's going to go really poorly for them, surprisingly, that's usually when they come through with their best stuff. So, unbelievable job. Miami wins today. Final score in Boston, 103-84. Jimmy Butler, 28 points in game 7, and he takes home their own stupid award because it's not like the Celtics have enough acknowledgement in the league. Let's just name all the awards after them. And so he takes the Larry Bird Award right there. Although I will say, Caleb Martin, what an argument this guy had for the award. I didn't see what the final results were. I don't have time to research that. I'll research that tomorrow. I'm sure it's coming through right now. But let me tell you something. Caleb Martin, this dude was amazing. The entire series, the entire season. But to think where this guy has come to do what he did for Miami in this game, complete onions, whatever it was, 3-pointers, pull-up jumpers, just completely harassing the Celtics on defense. Him and Jimmy, the tandem today, causing steals, causing havoc. And that was, to me, that was the big thing with today. Certainly Miami got a nice buoy from Boston going 0 for 10 from 3 to start this game. I don't know what the hell that was. Boston these last couple of games couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. That's playoffs for you. Sometimes shooting goes awry. And Miami, they come out today and they respond and give yourself a nice 14 for 28 from downtown. Unbelievable. What a performance all around from everybody. They're going back to the NBA Finals, dude. I'm so happy right now. I can't believe all the torture that this season has been, all the hard stuff they've been through. And then to take the hardest shot like that, you're not only facing blowing a 3-0 lead, being the first team ever to do it, and having get to that point be the trip to the finals being milliseconds out of your hands. And for them to have the fortitude to go in there into Boston and smoke them, really just handled them today. You know, I can't speak enough to what Eric Spoelstra was able to do, man. The dude sounded like a quack. He sounded like a maniac. He sounded like a madman. But we'll play right now. But they took that time. They took that time that they needed. They prepped correctly, and they got themselves to this point. Unbelievable, dude. Just an unbelievable performance from them. And this fourth quarter was just the game really, I thought, was like the play. It was, I mean, Jimmy and Caleb Martin had this play where they stole it from Jaylen Brown. Jimmy kept doing this thing where he was back tapping it off of Jaylen Brown, get it to Caleb Martin, to him for the dunk. And that was after Jimmy Butler had himself a jump shot, a nice shot right over Robert Williams, who did give him a lot of problems in this series. And I just felt like from that point on, they were like, ooh, this thing's over. You know, because they were starting to do the tricks. Like they got a cute little Marcus Smart flop. And you're like, all right, dude, we see what's going on here, you know? And not only that, dude, hey, they brought in their A team on the officials today, huh? I don't know how many of you guys sent me that in the messages today, that Scott Foster and Tony Brothers were going to be officiating today's game. I know. I didn't like it either. I was dying laughing at the Levitard tweet about his mother texting him, his 89-year-old mother, pissed off about the officials. But, man, they were able to rally, dude. They were able to get through it. And I'm just sweating today. I'm watching this game just like, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm going into this one, I'm just, man, I friggin' love Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. I love what Caleb Martin's brought to this team. I like this head duo that this team has had. I really don't want to see this busted up. I don't want to see what the noise is that comes with having humiliation on the other side. Just finish the job. Who gives a rat's ass if it took 7? Who cares? They gave you 3% in this series. They gave you a 3% shot to win in the series. Hey, where's that guy who told me to kiss Greeny's ass? Where is that guy? By the way, I want to say something. The Celtics YouTuber, he posted a tweet. I'll do you a favor, dude, because I know you deleted it, but since you're such a fan of my channel, he said, Miami Heat fans will never be able to live it down. Choking a 3-0 series lead to the Celtics, and this clown, Brendan Tobin, is going to feel my wrath tonight. F*** your fraud culture. Hashtag Celtics in 7. Hashtag bleed green. You know what? I'm not going to hide you. At Masters at Work Inc. I saw you deleted this tweet, you coward. And if you're going to come strong like that and say you're going to feel my wrath, keep your tweet up, dude. Now, I screenshotted you because I knew you would do something like that. But let me just say to you, hey, have some balls. Keep your tweet up. Bro, how good was seeing Bill Simmons so sad? Oh. Oh, man. The stupid look on his face. Wow. That's good. By the way, how shameless was TNT today with their pregame show where they're going out there and they're like bringing the Red Sox back? Kenny the Jet Smith was like, oh, if only Larry Bird was here. Oh, by the way, here was another one I saw when they said the 08 team was back. And it was Paul Pierce, Scalabrini, who I think is paid to be there, Rajon Rondo, who I thought hated everybody again. You know, anything for a cameo, right? And need I remind you, Paul Pierce picked the Celtics to win in 5, gentleman sweep style. Whereas our legend, a guy who's not a bum, Dwayne Wade, he comes out today, says he's watching the game. And this is Goosey's, dude. He was watching the game with the 2012 trophy. Unreal. What a day. What a day. What a series. What a series, huh? Jimmy Butler, he foretold things like this. He said it was going to happen. I can't get over it, man. What a time to be alive. Jimmy Mother Bleeping Buckets, Jim VP is, you know, he was pulling up from 3 today. He was getting into his steal game. What did Jimmy finish with steals? Let's take a look at his little box score today, huh? Jimmy Buckets, 28 points, 3 of 7 from downtown, 12 of 28 from the field. Only got to the free throw line twice today. If you didn't think the fix was in. He got 6 free throws today. Although I will say, pretty clean game on both sides, but that third quarter, wow, they were trying to keep the C's around. It was, you know, at one point the rest had to be looking at me like, what do you want us to do? I mean, you know, we can only make it look so obvious. But Jimmy Buckets today, 3 steals, all beautiful. Caleb Martin, 26 points, 10 rebounds. Some of those shots that he was hitting today, dude. I mean, just tough. What, like, this guy's confidence is sky high. Thank you, J. Cole. Thank you. Gabe Vincent, huge onions the entire series. Kyle Lowry Kyle Lowry came into this one, and it was, I would say the Celtics cut it to 15. Horford hit a 3-ball. Lowry came right back, and Lowry been doing this thing where like he would get in the lane. That shot's right there. It's patented low dog, and he'd be like throwing it up, and he hit a jumper, and I was like, oh, that's good. And then right after that, Horford, he fouls Bam on a rebound, so it's heat ball, and then Bam comes down. He hits a jumper right over Horford, and that's when I thought it was over, because Bam was doing everything today. I mean, they couldn't survive without him on the court, but what was Bam today? Bam was a plus 22 today. Bam was a plus 22. Kyle Lowry was a plus 26. Duncan Robinson a plus 17. But Bam Adebayo he was having a rough one offensively, but then just got some shots to jump to go down just enough. Sprinkle it in there. Some big free throws. So he gave you 12, 10, 7. Just enough, man. Everybody pitched in today. Haywood Highsmith got the minutes today. He gave you 10 key minutes. He was doing things in the first half. And Duncan mother bleeping Robinson, the resurgence after 2 missed threes, said they were going to stick with him. He had a couple for Miami today. He got them back today as they needed. So, unreal, man. Look, crazy that they had to sweat this thing out, going up 3-0, going back to your building, thinking you have a trip to the NBA Finals in hand. It's not there. And now they're going back, man. This is really awesome. And you just can't credit the toughness of this team enough, because you got to just think all the pressure that's going on. Everybody wants to see this. Let's be honest. You have the Yahoos on ESPN who are dying to see history. They're trying to pull it all out. They were even making takes today. They're like, if this happens, is this better than the Warriors blowing it against the Cavaliers? Which comeback is more impressive? Like, we're already debating it as if it had happened already. And I just love it. I love the fact that, you know what? It was stressful to get to 7, but at least with this, you got to see the fraudulence of everybody exposed a little bit longer. The charlatans out there, the pseudo experts. Shout out to Tony Fiorentino, as they say. And I was just happy with this, man. What a night! What a night it was. They took it from them, man. They went out there and they took the and you know what the other thing was? You got to this point in the third quarter where this thing's still in hand, right? They get out to this huge lead, and the Heat, with I don't know how much time was left at this point. So they come out of halftime and they run out to a 16-point lead, Tatum had to travel, and then Jimmy did the same move. Mazzulla was losing his mind. They call timeout. And even at that point, I was like, man, there's so much time left. This is such a big lead. I'm like, can they hold this thing on? I'm just like, can they hold this thing on, man? You have this in hand. You're playing better. No stupid Boston runs. And you got it. Like, Boston was able to cut that lead, and they were able to get these things. Boston went on an 8-0 run. Caleb Martin, this is really where he came through. I thought, Caleb saved the game here, I thought. Because Caleb Martin, big-time jumper. Then he got another one where he cuts under the basket. Huge turnaround, Jay. That was massive. And you're just like, wow, those are just two onions. Like, they could never just quite close the gap. Miami just always had a tough bucket, tough answer in there for him. And really was impressive. Really, really was impressive. Boston got this down to 7 again. Bam then got a turnaround on Grant Williams. He finally got one bucket to drop. Tatum went to the line, got it to 71-64, and Caleb Martin then answered that with going to a step-back 3. And I got to say, that was a BS call because Max Strus got hacked like crazy on an offensive rebound, and they didn't call it. But then Tatum, of course, if you breathe on him, they send him to the line. But they showed Jason Tatum. I haven't mentioned it in the game because we can't ignore it. But Jason Tatum, as the game starts, the first play of the game, he twists his ankle and he's hobbled up. And Jason Tatum finished with 14 points today. Definitely wasn't his aggressive self. Jimmy was hunting him on defense. which is, Tatum had some really good possessions in the series on defense. So, yeah, that's a tough break for the Celtics, man. The only thing I'll say to you guys is, like, 1, you guys got down 0-3 in this series. 2, as Stan Van Gundy said, surprisingly, I guess they squashed his beef with Tyler Hero. He came out and says, before any Celtics fans make excuses, Miami's doing this without their second leading scorer, right? And they showed a shot at Tyler Hero. And that was another thing today. By the way, the emotions of today. I never get got on Twitter. Never. And Tyler Hero, I get got by this damn fake Ira Winderman account. Thanks a lot, Elon, with your no blue check marks. This should get Ira an automatic blue check mark, by the way. No, if you get a tweet that gets hundreds of retweets, you're a newsbreaker, and you don't subscribe to Twitter, this should get you an automatic. Okay, don't worry about me. I don't care about my blue check mark. I don't break news. But for the Ira Windermans of the world, this dude deserves a blue check mark. The guy changed his account from Ira's account is Ira Heat Beat. This guy changes to Ira Beat Heat. And I was like, oh, and it said in there, Tyler Hero on the injury report upgraded to questionable. And I think this got like even ESPN. And at one point, I thought I saw an Anthony Chang tweet where like he had said, Tyler Hero's out. He's not playing tonight. But then I think I saw that the tweet was deleted. So then I was confused. And so then I retweeted with like some meme. And somebody goes, dude, fake account. I was like, no. So I deleted it. But I deleted it with like, as soon as I got out. And it had gotten to like thousands of likes and retweets. Crazy. So Ira had to actually get Tyler Hero on video saying, I'm out tonight. But that's how today was. It was so stressful from the blowing the 3-0 lead to, just the stress of a game 7, trip to the finals, all that stuff. I'm falling for fake tweets willy-nilly. Crazy. But I was surprised that Stan Van Gundy actually caped up for the Heat there. And he goes, well, listen, before any Celtics fan comes out here and they're belly aching about not having Tatum, Miami Heat haven't had Tyler Hero all playoffs, and Tatum's out there. Like, it's part of the game. Dude could still hit threes. We saw it. He was still dangerous. So that was tough. Jaylen Brown, Jaylen Brown had an off night. Jaylen Brown, and by the way, isn't this the Celtics team, this vaunted Celtics team with all this firepower? They don't need Tatum to have a great game. I thought that was the case. Jaylen Brown today, 8 of 23, 1 of 9 from downtown. Marcus Smart, the heart and soul, 9 points, 4 of 10, 1 of 6 from downtown. Honestly, the guy who scared you most was Derek White. I honestly thought at one point that Larry Bird Award was coming down to Caleb Martin and Derek White. I really did. I mean, how could you deny the way he was playing today if they would have kept it up? And he has the buzzer beater. Plus, Caleb, I mean, Jimmy really did have a great close to this game, and I'm happy for Jimmy. But Caleb definitely deserves some consideration for that. Who cares? Jimmy had no interest in holding that conference finals trophy. No interest. I shook a bottle of Funky Buddha for my Leroy video. It was Goosey's. Saving champagne for the real thing. We got time to celebrate, He Nation. Can't wait to be on. Tune in tomorrow, 560 WQAM. Go subscribe to the YouTube page. I'll get Leroy's thoughts and everything. We talked today. Leroy and I had a pre-game meeting. That never happens. Leroy was nervous for today's game too. I was happy. I was, Leroy, you sound like a Heat fan, dude. I was proud of him. Proud of you guys, the ones who stuck, not the non-cowards. I love you guys. Appreciate all your support. Talk to you guys tomorrow.